Today I want to show you how you can extend your memory of your computer via plugging in an USB stick and treating it like it would be a real hard disk. That's useful, for example, if you use Dropbox to avoid an error like this, that you can't use a removable a USB drive to use it for Dropbox. But in some cases you just want to the USB stick or the memory card to just stay in the computer, so it shouldn't be a problem for Dropbox. And there are pretty cheap and pretty large USB sticks out there for under 40 euros, and also SD cards for under 110 euros. You get 256 gigabytes. It's also useful if you have, for example, a Surface tablet where you can't just switch the hard disk. And yet the problem is that, for example, Dropbox doesn't accept this the USB stick itself. But what you can do is you can use disk management.msc, and create a new virtual hard disk. Put it on your USB stick and call it for example like this. Always use VHDX, and for example mine has 128 gigabytes. I just use 100. And I have to wipe the disk first. Even first you should always format the drive as NTFS, so larger files than 4 gigabytes are allowed. Okay, now you can create a VHDX file. Now you have your new drive here. Take the first option from the context menu. When you right click, just say OK. Then right click here, create volume, just skip through. Now you have your drive, it's drive E, and you have a D drive and an E drive currently. And in my case I wanted to hide the D drive. So what you can do is you can say regedit and go to current user, software, Microsoft, Windows, current version, policies, and here you can create I have to delete this, usually you don't have this. You can create the key, call it Explorer, create a dword 32-bit, and this is a bit tricky. You have a list like this, And for example, I want to hide the D drive, so I need the hex key 8. That's it, but it works just after you reboot your computer. Then what you need to do is you want to auto mount the drive E. You want, I think that's Dropbox, that currently has a problem. What you also need is a file, call it automount.bat, and place it, for example, in your documents folder with this content. Select vdisk with the file name, attach vdisk, and assign the letter. I assign E, the letter E. And what you also need to do is task is chd.msc and create the task here. I already created it. For example, automount mini HDD. What you need to do is select here your operating system, check here that it should be hidden. You should select this one only if signed in. The trigger you can say new and say here on login, on login, just say OK, that's this entry. In actions, add a new action with the new button, write here disk part, write here /s, white space, and under quotes your path to the automount.bat file. Say OK. Under conditions, uncheck this checkbox under energy. And I think that was it. In case I missed something, I went through all the tabs so you can check it. Oh yeah, this one. You need advanced privileges. Check this checkbox and say OK. You can currently see that under your PC you have the new drive. Oh, and drag edit already worked. The D drive is hidden. I can go to E, the E drive, and I can also manually go to the D drive. And here's my vhdx file, and I have 5 more gigabytes to store other files on the drive and use it as a USB stick. Yeah, and I can also prove that Dropbox now should be working. Go to login, go to advanced settings, change the path to your new drive. As you can see, the D drive is hidden. Say OK, or make a subfolder or whatever, and that's it. As you can see, my 100 gigabyte virtual hard disk vhdx file is mounted, and Dropbox is connected successfully and is downloading data. Okay, one thing you just have to believe me is that because of this automount.bat file and the task scheduler, it mounts automatically on startup. And one more thing, Dropbox has problems if you connect a new drive. So what I usually do to avoid problems, I like to disable auto start, but maybe it also works with auto start, I'm not sure. I want to show you something else. Under import you have this link, and here you can deselect that Dropbox should start if you plug in a USB drive. I don't like that. I think Dropbox shouldn't do anything that I don't want it to. Yeah. That should avoid some problems, and I recommend also to disable this checkbox, but I'm not sure. Okay, thanks for watching.